Evelyn Hart was not just any CEO. She was the youngest woman to ever head Harttech Industries, a billion-dollar company known for defense technology. To the public, she was brilliant, fearless, and driven. But inside, she was exhausted, burdened by years of betrayal, loneliness, and a father's dying wish to protect the company at all costs. Every night, she stayed late in her glass office, the city lights flickering below. That's when she first noticed him, Daniel, the night janitor. Quiet, always cleaning after hours, never looking for attention. He didn't talk much, but whenever she glanced up from her laptop, he was there, steady, respectful, almost invisible to everyone else. One evening, as rain lashed against the windows, Evelyn's exhaustion caught up with her. She fainted near her desk. When she woke up, she was lying on the couch, a jacket covering her shoulders. Daniel sat nearby, reading an old, worn-out book. "You should rest," he said calmly. "You push too hard." She blinked, startled. You carried me here?" He nodded, smiling gently. "Couldn't just leave you on the floor, ma'am." That moment changed everything. For the first time, Evelyn saw something no one else did, not just a janitor, but a man of quiet strength and strange calmness. Over the weeks, she began talking to him, first about work, then about life. Daniel never revealed much about his past, only saying, "I used to work overseas. Long time ago." He listened, really listened, something no one in her circle did. When board members betrayed her, when the press called her cold-hearted, Daniel's presence became her peace. His eyes always carried a stillness that made her feel safe. Then one stormy night, when Evelyn's car broke down near the city outskirts, Daniel appeared out of nowhere to help, as if he knew where she was. He fixed the car effortlessly, his hands moving like a trained mechanic. When she asked how he found her, he simply said, "Let's just say I have experience finding people who need help." She didn't ask more, but her curiosity grew. Weeks turned into months, and somehow, they fell in love, quietly, unexpectedly. Daniel proposed under the old oak tree near her office, using a simple ring he carved himself. Evelyn said yes, not to a janitor, but to a man who made her feel human again. Their wedding was small, intimate, until the whispers began. The press mocked her. Investors threatened to pull out. A CEO marrying a janitor? "It's a scandal," her board members shouted. Evelyn didn't care. She looked at Daniel and said, "They don't have to understand us." He just smiled, but deep inside, something dark stirred. Because Daniel knew the past never stays buried forever. And that night, it didn't point 2 months after the wedding, Evelyn's company faced a massive cyber attack. Sensitive defense files were stolen, and the hackers demanded millions. Panic spread through the boardroom. Evelyn stayed calm on the outside, but inside, she was breaking. Then, something strange happened. The hackers' systems were shut down overnight. Every trace of the stolen data vanished. Even the FBI couldn't explain it. When Evelyn asked Daniel if he knew anything, he avoided her eyes. "Sometimes," he said slowly, "bad people meet someone worse." That night, as she came home early, she found Daniel in the basement, surrounded by multiple monitors, maps, and encrypted military codes. Her heart stopped. "Daniel, what is this?" He looked up, eyes heavy with truth. "It's time you knew who I really am." He told her everything. How he was once Captain Daniel Cole, commander of an elite special forces unit specializing in covert rescue and counterintelligence. How his entire team was betrayed during a mission to expose corruption within a defense contract, the same contract tied to her company. The explosion that killed his team also wiped his identity. He vanished, took the name Daniel Cole, and became invisible to the world until fate led him back to her. Evelyn's knees buckled. You worked for my father's company?" "Yes," Daniel said quietly. "Your father was one of the few who tried to protect my team. He died trying to uncover the truth." Tears welled up in her eyes. Everything suddenly connected, the secrets, the attacks, the danger. "Why didn't you tell me?" she whispered. "Because I wanted you to love me for who I am now, not who I was." Moments later, the house alarm went off. Armed men in black stormed the property, remnants of the same corrupt network that destroyed Daniel's team. Evelyn froze, but Daniel moved like lightning. He disarmed 2 intruders before they could react, his movements sharp, efficient, not a janitor's, but a warrior's. When it was over, he stood amidst the chaos, breathing hard, eyes full of fire. Evelyn walked toward him, trembling. "You saved me," she whispered. He touched her cheek softly. "I promised your father I would." The truth was out. The man she loved, the janitor she married, was a ghost soldier, a protector who had lost everything. But together, they rebuilt not just trust, but purpose. Months later, Evelyn and Daniel worked side by side to expose the corruption that had haunted them both. Hearttech was reborn, rebuilt on truth and integrity. And though the world still whispered about the CEO who married her janitor, she smiled every time she looked at him. Because she knew the truth. He wasn't just a janitor. He was the quiet strength behind her success, a man who had fought battles no one could see, and won the one that mattered most, her heart.